Let's talk about predictions in the real estate market as we open up in the next year. Everybody's kind of wondering, where's the market going to go? And there's been so much economic turmoil. Buyers are unsure about what's going on. And when buyers are unsure and consumer sentiment isn't that great, buyers just halt. And that's why we're seeing days on market is up, price reductions are up, and homes just aren't moving like they were. But it has created a lot of great opportunities for buyers. And some even say that it's a buyer's market right now. What I would say is that we're currently in a more stabilized, normal market. We're not in that name your price sellers market that we were in so many years ago during the pandemic and even pre-pandemic, where we were getting multiple offers across the board. Of course, we're still seeing that, but looking forward in the next year, what are we going to see? And so in order to figure that out, we got to really look at the data and what's happening in our marketplace. And so interest rates have actually come down a staggering amount. I'm in the process of purchasing a home myself right now, and I'm in the mid fives on the purchase. So from where we were at before at 7.5% or even touching 8% previously, the interest rates have come down significantly. But what we haven't seen is that the buyers haven't really adjusted to that. The market hasn't really adjusted to that. Homes are still sitting. And even as interest rates have dropped in the last few weeks, the market has even really gone sideways or just even down a little bit. So we're just not seeing the activity. And going into the holiday season, we're going to expect that inventory is going to remain soft, and buyers are still going to, I think, have a little bit more control in the marketplace. But what we always see is as the new year starts towards the end of January, beginning of February, the market's going to open up and we're going to ramp up into the spring. And this year we didn't really have a spring selling season. So next year, I do anticipate that we will. Now, I don't think that we're going to have explosive growth in the marketplace like we did pre-pandemic. Like I was talking, we're not going to have 2020 price increases of 20%, 30%, but we should see more stabilized 3 to 6% type of appreciation where buyers still have opportunities in the right places, but sellers who are being competitive are going to also see opportunity. It's really about strategy and putting together a plan. So, now we're starting to see where the political tension is really starting to soften. It's yet to be seen exactly what's happening with the tariffs. The geopolitical issues are, starting to soften, and, people are starting to calm down. I do think that into 2026, we're going to see consumer sentiment improve a bit. One of the issues that we're dealing with now is insurance in Southern California. Unfortunately, from insight from many insurance professionals, that is just unfortunately not going to get better. And we're trading into a direction where almost everybody is probably going to be on fair plan. And that's another video talking about the dynamic of insurance and why and how the commissioner's office is involved. But for now, that does have a negative impact on real estate because, issues, expensive HOAs, expensive insurance, property taxes, all of these things have an affordability impact on homes that are already expensive and hard to afford by the consumer. So looking into next year, what do we see? We're going to have insurance challenges. However, we're going to have interest rate improvements. So homes are going to feel more affordable. Even though prices are now down a little bit, we should see them up on the rise. So what I would say is that next year, buckle up. We're going to have an exciting spring season, but it's not going to be gangbusters like we've seen in the last few years. I do think that right now, closing out the end of 2026, it is the most opportune time for a buyer that we have seen in a very long time. And I believe that towards the end of January, that is going to shift. It's going to be a more competitive market. And as more inventory comes on the market, buyers are also going to surge back into the marketplace, especially as we see interest rates come back down. Now, if you want to know a little bit about the market and how I can help you understand it directly as it relates to you, I'm more than happy to do that. A big part of my job is being consultative and helping you with your plan and getting you set up with whatever outlook you're looking to accomplish. So give me a call. I can help you here in Southern California. I can help you really anywhere in the country, either directly or with one of my trusted referral partners. So don't hesitate. You know where to find me.